Donald Trump is having a psychotic midnight meltdown as the war in Iran is absolutely destroying his term. It's ruining his entire life. It's frankly destroying the United States of America. Donald Trump needs to be impeached and removed immediately. And he knows that the pressure is growing as Americans absolutely despise him. His post was actually at 12:33 a.m. this morning on March 13, 2026. Here's what Donald Trump posted. We are totally destroying the terrorist regime of Iran, militarily, economically, and otherwise. Yet, if you read the failing New York Times, you would incorrectly think that we are not winning. Iran's navy is gone. Their air force is no longer. Missiles, drones, and everything else are being decimated, and their leaders have been wiped from the face of the earth. We have unparalleled firepower, unlimited ammunition, and plenty of time. Watch what happens to these deranged scumbags today. They've been killing innocent people all over the world for 47 years. And now I, as the 47th president of the United States of America, am killing them. What a great honor it is to do so. Thank you for your attention to this matter, President Donald J. Trump. I, as the 47th president, am killing them, and it is an honor to do so. So when I make the post and say he's having a psychotic meltdown, you can tell me that that's hyperbolic. I'm just telling you that I am observing his behavior right now because that behavior is absolutely demented, deranged. You can fill in the blank. And it follows Donald Trump calling in to give this interview to Brian Kilmeade on state regime media, which calls itself Fox, where Donald Trump encourages the vessels, the freight ships, the fuel ships. He says, go through the Strait of Hormuz right now. Show some guts. Don't let me down. Do it. Do it. There's nothing to be afraid of. There's nothing to be afraid of. I don't know. How about the fact that there have been multiple ships that have been hit in the Strait of Hormuz? How about that? Take a look at Robert Pape's post. Iran has hit 16 vessels so far in the Strait of Hormuz. That's all it takes for Iran to control 20% of the world's oil and become an oil hegemon, the number one strategic outcome U.S. has sought to prevent in the Middle East since the 1970s. Iran is not weakening, it is gaining power. And now we're seeing a lot of the Arab nations, which were allied with the United States, wanting security guarantees. Not with the United States no more. Donald, Mr. 47, Mr. 12:33 a.m. psychotic meltdown. But with Iran right now, you have made Iran stronger, a powerhouse in the region, and you have exposed the weakness of the United States of America and essentially its fake security guarantees. You know, when we talk about quid pro quos or pay for play schemes, how these Arab nations have given you all this money for your personal businesses, they expect to pay. They expect you to play, not to do these deranged 12:33 a.m. posts whining like a pathetic coward. You are not protecting them, Donald, and you are showing that despite having the most powerful military in the world, you don't know how to use it because you're weak. You're weak in the mind, you're weak physically, and you've been a loser your entire life. So you can post these photos on social media like you were doing last night as well, these weird photos of you and your parents, by the way, both who had dementia as well, the same way many people expect or suspect that you do right now as well. But here's the photo that you posted late last night. Weird photo to post while America is at war. What are you, stealing people's valor right now, you loser? You know why your dad sent you to a military academy, you loser? I've heard the rumors of why he sent you to that, what he observed you do. You know what I'm talking about. You absolutely, and people around you know why he sent you to that military academy. In any event, here's Donald Trump's post. At military academy with my parents, Fred and Mary, and he's dressed up in the military outfit. You never served. How dare you steal the valor of people who did serve, by the way. I'm not suggesting that you shouldn't wear the outfit of the high school that you went to, but you got five ways that you avoided going to the Vietnam War, where you claimed bone spurs and you refused to go when you were drafted. You dodged the draft 5 times. And now when you recklessly and maliciously sent the U.S. into war, while we have our troops dying abroad where far more people are injured than the Trump regime has claimed, and we know about these medevacs taking place, you're posting photos of yourself in a military outfit, and at 12:33 a.m., you're saying it's my great honor to kill people. You know you play right into the hands of the Iranian regime when you say things like that and make it far much easier for them to rally the support of the people in Iran, and you've totally butchered and lost all of that support. Even people who may have supported the United States in Iran back in January no more after your despicable behavior. And speaking of which, it was posts like this that you made yesterday as well. The United States of America, this is how it goes. Oh, the Iran national soccer team is welcome to the World Cup, but I really don't believe it is appropriate that they be here for their own life and safety. Thank you for your attention to this matter. Donald J. Trump. Real smart move, Donald. Threaten the life of the Iranian soccer team. Sports as a unifying force in the globe, and the World Cup supposed to be a unifying force. You as the leader of the United States, although you certainly don't lead, threatening the life of a soccer team? Is that how pathetic and weak you are? And again, that backfires. All that does is rally the support of the Iranian people around the regime, around their country right now. Why would they want you and Netanyahu to run that country? Are you out of your effing mind? And then Donald Trump posts this last night. The United States of America looks very much forward to hosting the FIFA World Cup. Ticket sales are through the roof. It'll be the greatest and safest sporting event in American history. All players, officials, and fans will be treated like stars that they are. Donald J. Trump. First off, what do you mean the stars that they are? What the hell are you talking about? And by the way, by you getting involved in this way, we all know you're going to ruin the World Cup. You've already made the FIFA World Cup weird by giving yourself a peace prize. Just think about that. You gave yourself the FIFA Peace Prize before basically catapulting the world into what is in essence a world war, whether we decide to call it that or not. But you have Russia and China helping Iran right now, and you're out there having your envoys meet with Russia in Miami. But while then, after the meeting with Dmitriev and Yushakov, you have Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent issue a proclamation removing the tariffs, or rather, not the tariffs, removing these sanctions. You love, keep the tariffs against all of the allies, remove the sanctions against Russia, is what I should say. U.S. Treasury has issued general licenses now, allowing countries to purchase Russian crude oil and petroleum products in transit. So not only has Donald Trump lifted any ban on India from buying Russian oil, while Russia is helping Iran kill Americans, kill the French, now, of course, kill the Ukrainians, but destroy American assets in the regions. Russia's saying they're doing that publicly. Donald Trump rushes to remove the sanctions from Russia and allows Russia to make hundreds of millions of dollars every damn day. That's how weak and pathetic Donald Trump is. And may I just remind everybody of when Zelensky was in the Oval Office back in March of 2026, and he warned Donald Trump, and Trump was like yelling at Zelensky. Zelensky was predicting back in February 28th of 2025. Apologize. We're in March right now. Back in February 28th of 2025 in the Oval Office, Zelensky predicted what was going to happen in March of 2026. I want you to watch this right now. Here, play this clip.
During the war, everybody has problems. Even you, but you have nice ocean and don't feel now, but you will feel it in the future. God bless.
You don't know that.
God bless. God bless. You will not have a war.
Don't tell us what we're going to feel. We're trying to solve a problem. Don't tell us what we're going to feel.
I'm not telling you.
Because you're in no position to dictate that.
Remember this.
You're in no position to dictate what we're going to feel. We're going to feel very
you will
good.
Feel influenced.
We're going to feel very
I'm
good and
telling
very
you,
strong.
You will feel influence.
You're right now not in a very good position. You've allowed
From the
yourself
very-
to be in a
from
very
the very
bad position,
beginning
and he
of the
happens
war.
to be right about
From
it.
the very beginning of the war.
You're not in a good position. You don't have the cards right now.
Now, a lot of other breaking news to report. Pentagon significantly, this is a report by CNN. Pentagon has significantly underestimated Iran's willingness to close the Strait of Hormuz in response to U.S. and Israeli military strikes, according to CNN. We also know that Iran is indeed laying mines piece by piece in the Strait of Hormuz, carefully, of course, because Iranian oil is allowed to be exported out, as is Chinese oil. Chinese ships are allowed through, but all other ships are prevented from going through, and they're laying these mines right now. The United States believed, Iran's never going to shut down the Strait of Hormuz because it would damage them. No, it's not. It's actually helping them out a lot right now. Also, the Financial Times has reported that the U.S. has expended years worth of critical munitions since the start of the Iran war. Military officials are concerned with the remaining defense interceptors and Tomahawk missile stock. Per the Financial Times, we're running out of Tomahawks, although the United States did use a Tomahawk to blow up a little girls' elementary school in Manab in Iran, killing 150 little girls. Yes, the Epstein class, the predators who preyed on little girls with Jeffrey Epstein. The first thing they do in Iran is kill a little girls' school, which everybody knew was a little girls' school. The most basic and obvious Google search would show that that was obviously it was a little girls' school, but the Trump regime blew that up with the Tomahawks. But we're running out of munitions, exactly as our generals and admirals warned the Trump regime. We're running out of munitions. And while we're running out of munitions, guess what? Iran isn't. They're not running out of munitions. Despite all the propaganda you hear, Iran's ballistic missile stock and its Shahed drone stock remains largely intact. Yeah, I mean, look, the U.S. and Israel is hitting Iran hard. Like, let's be clear. That's taking place. But Iran has prepared for this moment. Their weapons are very cheap to make, $20,000 for a Shahed drone versus tens of millions of dollars for Tomahawks. And then the launchers themselves and the radars are like billions of dollars in equipment right there. By the way, we're seeing, of course, in the past, 24, 48 hours. I mean, think about all the places that have been hit by Iran. I mean, if you don't want to even look at the New York Times, Donald, look at state regime media, which calls itself Fox. This was their last update from late last night. Iranian attacks escalate across Middle East as container ship struck near Dubai. Multiple Middle Eastern countries, Bahrain, Saudi Arabia, UAE, report fresh Iranian attacks on Thursday as tensions escalate in the region during Operation Epic Fury, Epstein Fury. A container ship was also struck near Dubai. Here's what Dubai looks like. And by the way, Dubai is arresting people who film what's going on. And so, like, Dubai's economy is like gone. Like, say bye-bye, Dubai. United Arab Emirates, say goodbye, bye-bye to everything you built with Abu Dhabi and Dubai within the UAE. Which tourists are going to visit? No one's going there anymore. No one's going to be living anymore. It's not a safe place to be. Say goodbye. Doha, Qatar, say goodbye. All of these Arab nations that we're trying to attract, foreign capital, bye-bye, ain't happening. People, unless there are security guarantees from Iran, I guess, because look what the U.S. did to you. And then what? If you have security guarantees, Western and foreigners aren't going to go there. So, I mean, like, Trump just shattered the economies of all of these places, like a long term, all of the work they've tried to do, and by the way, they kind of deserve it too. And I don't mean this to be, they sucked up to Donald Trump. They undermined Biden. I thought a lot of it, and they sucked up to Donald Trump and didn't assert themselves. And Donald Trump used them and played him and didn't give a crap about him and treated him like he did all of his creditors and all of his investors and all of the contractors and all the people affiliated with his casinos that he bankrupted over and over and over again. Take a look at the Zarzir region in Israel. It was hit hard by the Iranian ballistics. Take a look right there. Also, of course, you're learning about what went down with the KC-135 refueling aircraft. And it was just so despicable that the Trump regime's hiding, what was going down with the people. I mean, with the KC-135, those are big refueling. They call them strato tankers. These are the massive refueling airplanes. And you had the Iranian Islamic resistance in Iraq claiming responsibility for shooting down the plane, whereas the Trump regime claimed, oh, no, it wasn't them. We don't know what, it just fell or something. It wasn't a friendly fire incident. It wasn't a hostile fire incident. It just fell. I mean, we're getting no accurate information from the Trump regime, but why would we? They lie about absolutely everything. That's what this regime does. And also, we learned about the French service member who died in Erbil in Iraq after an Iranian drone struck that base right there. And oh yeah, Donald Trump is fundraising off all of this. Here's Trump's fundraising email. I'll pull it open right here. I'm making this announcement public for the first time, Donald Trump says. And here's the email. This is Donald Trump. I made a special announcement to the public an hour ago. For the very first time, I'm opening up spots on the National Security Briefing membership. Claim your spot. These final spots are reserved for my strongest supporters. You're one of them. This is no ordinary membership. As a National Security Briefing member, you'll receive my private national security briefings, unfiltered updates on the threats facing America, the straight truth on border invasion and foreign adversaries, deep state sabotage, and every danger fake news hides. You'll get the inside scoop direct from me, the leader who's rebuilt the greatest military in history. Join now. He's fundraising off his war in Iran. He uses the photo of himself during the dignified transfer, which he disgraced by wearing a campaign hat in Dover in Delaware during the dignified transfer. Look at him with the hat. And he's telling people, if you give him money, he'll give you secret briefings on the war that he's not going to tell anybody else if you just throw him $1,000 or $3,000. If that's not treasonous and traitorous, if that's not outright fraud, if that's not wire fraud, in my opinion, I don't know what is. I don't know. That is absolutely, in my opinion, what it is. Finally, you have the Trump regime posting videos of Nintendo Wii and mixing it with war footage and saying undefeated, hole in one, undefeated, hole in one. Meanwhile, the new supreme leader of Iran, Ayatollah Mojtaba Khomeini, said that we're still going to shut down the Strait of Hormuz, and we will open up other fronts where the enemy has little experience and will be vulnerable. We know that they've been engaging in these cyber attacks lately as well. We know that they want to go into the Red Sea, focus on the Red Sea today and tomorrow, because that's where I think Iran, working with the Houthis in Yemen, are going to be striking next. They're continuing to extract their Arab nations, the Arab nations in the region, and Donald Trump's out there posting whatever the hell that is. Hit subscribe. Let's get to 7 million subscribers, and thank you so much for watching this video.
Love this video? Support independent media and unlock exclusive content, ad-free videos, and custom emojis by becoming a paid member of our YouTube channel today. You can also gift memberships to others. Let's keep growing together.